So see, up to that point we discussed yesterday, right? Now
Yes.
we have one more concept left over in the first unit, that is opportunities and shortcomings in war. So this is the last concept in the first unit. So let me explain to you that simple concept within 10 minutes. Then after that we'll go ahead with the second unit, that is called linear programming problems. Okay. I
Okay.
request once again to you, and you and please those who have a close friends, please give an information to them. If they miss this particular class, they may not understand the entire linear programming problems. They may forget about uh, linear programming problems. So without any hesitation, so I request once again to all of you, just give an information to your friends, because today I'm going to give some basic introduction which related to linear programming problems. If they miss this particular class, then obviously there is a link to the next class. So if they miss, they may not understand what I'm going to be teach tomorrow. Okay, right. So as of now, if I exclude Subramaniam sir and me, 21 students, right? I think 36, 9 plus 6, which is 15 students left over. Fine, let me start my session. Let me share my screen. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead very fastly what we discussed. Right. So we discussed about history, right? All these points we discussed when it was started at the time of World War I and World War II, and after that by using this war functions in various military operations and even naval operations and air operations, and they got success, and it was utilized into the government organizations and various organizations also. And after that, even by seeing the success of this operation research in various streams, and it was extended to even managerial areas. Right now even we are using this war into all streams in the managerial streams, right? So this is what we discussed yesterday, and even I have explained to you definition of operation research, which was given by Arthur Clarke, right? Operation research is the art of winning wars without actually fighting them, right? And even C.W. Churchman is also given definition which related to operation research: the application of scientific methods, techniques and tools to problems involving the operations of a system, so as to provide those in control of the system with optimum solutions to problems. So yesterday when I was explaining this particular one, then I have mentioned to you, right, very clearly three important points here, right, which is scientific method, techniques, and to solve different types of problems, and which we are getting optimum solutions by applying scientific methods and techniques to solve certain problems, and by solving that problems and we are getting optimum solutions, right? So this is a standard definition which given by the Churchman, right, and even Arthur Clarke. And after that we discussed about application of operation research, finance and accounting, and even marketing related oriented one we discussed. And after that, which we discussed about purchasing, procurement and exploration, right? And after that even we discussed production management, personnel management, right, how this war will be applicable in various streams. And even we discussed techniques and general management and even government areas also, right? Then after that we started discussing with the defining a model, right? So we discussed what is model, and after that we discussed different types of models. We have different types of models, right? So which is inventory model, waiting line model, and even network model, assignment models, and even replacement models, dynamic programming models, and even Markov chain models, simulation models, decision analysis models. We have different types of models, right? So we discussed all those models. Few models included in our syllabus, and few models which we are not discussing, right? Simulation is not there in our syllabus, and even Markov chain models is also not there. Dynamic programming models is also not included in our syllabus. We are not discussing about all these models which is not included in your the syllabus, right? In the coming classes we are going to be talk about, and we are going to be discuss more on different types of models, which is maybe assignment model, or maybe queuing model, or maybe a traveling salesman problems, or maybe game theory related, all those models, right? Then after that, which I have explained to you, process for developing an OR model, right? The first and foremost one step to develop a model, which is formulating the problem. Then how to formulate the problem, that is what we are discussing today, right? Even if time permits to me, then even I will explain to you graphical method also in a linear programming problem. Any given problem which is in a theoretical form, that theoretical form has to be converted into mathematical way, right? So to convert that, first you need to understand as a manager, right? You need to understand what is that problem, and because you are a decision maker, so you need to understand what is the objective of that particular problem. Then even thoroughly understanding of that particular problem, then you need to know uh, alternative course of actions or maybe restrictions which related to that particular problem. Okay, so after that, what we are going to be do, construction a model. So we are developing a model, right? So which is objective functions and constraints. We'll discuss next after 10 minutes. Fine. Then third step, which is deriving solution from the model. We developed a model, and based on that, which we are applying any numerical or maybe analytical or maybe any other mathematical method to derive a solution for that particular model, right? Then after that, which we are going to be which we discussed about in the model process of developing a model, which is a fourth step, which is testing the model, right? So we need to test that model, and once testing the model, then the final fifth stage, which is a fifth step, right? During the developing of process, developing a model, right? Establishing controls over solution, right? So you should have control on that particular solution, and the last one, which is implementation, right? So what you are doing, so you are getting one information, and you understand that, and you made a model, and you applied mathematical method, and you are testing that model, and once if it is applicable, then you are implementing in the real time scenario. Okay, so this is what we discussed yesterday. Now I'm going to explain to you the last topic, which is left over in the first unit, that is opportunities and shortcomings of using an OR model. So what are those opportunities which we have, and what are those shortcomings of using an OR model, right? Initially, let me explain to you opportunities, then after that we'll go ahead with the shortcomings, right? So before explaining these opportunities and shortcomings, now you have a basic idea, right? So what is OR, and when it is going to be applicable, and in which areas it will be applicable, and all points which we discussed, right? So see, the use of quantitative methods is appreciated to improve managerial decision making. Now see, yesterday I asked one question. So if you depend completely on qualitative methods, then you are not going to be give accurate information. So until unless you are not using this quantitative methods, then you may not give a good you may not give appropriate information to the people, or maybe public, or maybe when you are solving any problem. So my point is here, as a manager, when you are taking any decision, that has to be depend upon quantitative methods. Okay, when you depend upon any quantitative related information, then you may give accurate solution for that particular problem, right? So certain opportunities which we have, and at the same time even OR approach has not been without its shortcomings. So we'll discuss all those things, right? So the main reasons for its failure are due to unawareness on the part of decision makers. Most important one, see, if you are working as a manager, maybe a marketing manager, or maybe a finance manager, or maybe a HR manager, or maybe a production manager, or maybe any type of department you are heading, right? If you did not understand the situation, then obviously what happened, you are not in a position to take accurate decisions which is related to that particular problem. And if you are taking wrong decision, it leads to the cost effective to the company. Okay, so as a manager, you should understand what is the problem, and how to give a solution, and which is even best solution you need to give to the company. Then only you are going to be sustained in the competitive environment. Okay, so the main reasons for its failure are due to unawareness on the part of decision makers about their own role, right? Because they did not understand what they have to do, right? Now let me give an example. Marketing manager, what he has to do, right? So how to promote the product, and how to reach to the market, and how to reach the distributor, how to reach the dealers. So that is his main role, right? If you did not understand market conditions, and even dealer perceptions and dealer attitude, then obviously will fail. And same thing, even finance people, they don't know about the balance sheet related, or maybe market conditions, or maybe fluctuations, or maybe share market related oriented one, then obviously they may fail, right? Even HR, they need to understand the employee behavior, how employees behaving in the organization. So many points, right? So if you did not understand what is your role, then you may not in a position to take accurate decisions, right? So, and avoiding the behavioral issues while constructing a decision model. So you need to understand first what is your role. Then if you understand, then it is easy to you to go ahead and come up with a one particular model and giving a solutions, right? Because we are working on limited resources, and how best you are going to be get optimum results with that limited resources itself. Okay, so we'll discuss now opportunities which are related to OR, right? So what are those opportunities which we have? It compels the decision maker to be quite explicit about his objective and assumptions and his respective perspective to constraints, right? So see, one best opportunity which we have by using this OR as a decision maker, when you are taking any decision, it purely depends upon objective and what type of assumptions which we identified, which indirectly we are talking about the constraints or restrictions which we have in the problem, right? So that is one opportunity which we have, right? And the second one, it makes the decision maker consider very carefully just what variables influence decision, right? So you need to understand first variables. Now if you understand which variable is influencing, then it is easy to you to control that variable, right? And at the same time you may easily adopt one best decision which will be added advantage to the department or maybe a company or maybe organization, right? And the third one quickly points out gaps in the data required to support workable solutions to a problem. Now when you are using OR, then immediately you are in a position to identify the gaps, right? Now let me give an example. So you want to produce different types of products, and to produce different types of products, right? Maybe one company is producing A, B, C, D, or 4 products, and 4 products which are using same material, right? So material is shortage. Then how to overcome that shortage, right? So we may give a number of examples like this. So quickly points out gaps in the data required to support workable solutions to your problem, right? You need to take a decision, right? Whatever the limited resources which is available with you, right? So that is all center point which we are talking about in OR, right? And even one more point and one more opportunity, which is its models can be solved by a computer, thus the management can get enough time for decisions that require quantitative approach, right? Now even we are using pen and paper to solve the problems, but whereas we have even software also to get a solution, right? So as a manager, if you are using any software to get a solution, then you have ample of time to take a decision. So, and at the same time, again, by taking that particular decision, how effectively it will be utilized in the competitive way is also most important one, right? So all these are the opportunities which we have by using OR, right? And last concept in the first unit, that is shortcomings. What are those shortcomings which we have by using this OR, right? So any subject and even any method have a shortcomings. What are those shortcomings with respect to OR, operation research, or maybe quantitative analysis for business decisions, right? So solution to a problem is derived either by making it simplified or simplifying assumptions, and such solutions have limitations, right? So each and every decision we have some limitations, right? So maybe a production limitation, or maybe manpower limitations, or maybe a environmental limitations. I think hope maybe you studied pestle, political, economical, social, technological, legal, cultural related, right? So we may not avoid that. Now see, everyone interested to go to college, and every faculty want to deliver lecture on chalk and by using chalk and board, or maybe PPTs related oriented one, but due to external forces we are restricted to teach classes and depend on this online platform itself, because you know very well about this outside the pandemic situation, right? So see, even same like that, OR also is facing some limitations, right? Sometimes models do not represent the realistic situation in which decision must be made, right? So you come up with a one particular model, but whereas that model is not giving or not matching realistic situation, right? Even though you studied very well about that particular problem, and you identified variables, and you identified the constraints, and you identified so many gaps in that particular problem, but whereas sometimes it may not match with the realistic situations, right? Hope maybe I may give an example to you, right? when you are sitting in the theater, maybe a hero may hit villains, right? Or maybe hero may use one particular gun, and if he is shooting, then definitely that will be hit to the villain. But villain try to hit uh, hero, but obviously hero may escape, right? So we come across so many movies, not now, right? Now directors are strategically choosing hero role and even villain role. But whereas in 1970s and 1980s, we know very well about this situation, right? So see, even though if you are studied very well about that particular problem, but that solution may not be match the realistic situations. That is one shortcoming in the OR, right? And even decision maker is not fully aware of the limitations of the models that he is using, right? Sometimes, even because after all we are human beings, even though you studied very well, right, but sometimes we may miss some limitations, right? We may do some mistakes that may create a problem. Because see, everyone knows about this situation which was happened with the Satyam Ramalinga Raju, right? I think is there anyone knows about what is the problem of Satyam Ramalinga Raju or Satyam Computers? Anyone of you?
Yes, sir. They are given loan to a company called Mitas.
Exactly. So even see, one small mistake, right, entire kingdom it was collapsed, right? So one small mistake, it, because of that mistake, the entire kingdom which was built up by the Satyam Ramalinga Raju, it was a fall down, right? Clear? I think, hope maybe everyone knows about this situation, right? So after all, human beings, sometimes what happen, we are going to be take some decision, that decisions may not be matched with the realistic situations, and we have some limitations also. Okay, even same thing in war also, we have some limitations. Decision maker is not fully aware of the limitations of the models that he is using. Okay, now finally, many real world problems just cannot have an war solution. We have so many problems, right? Tsunami, right? We know very well about that. Science is developed, and even scientists are working, and they're completely working on radars and even satellites. But what happened? It was not controlled, right? And even earthquakes, we know very well about that, but even we are not in a position to control, right? And even so many natural calamities which we come across, right? It's highly difficult, right? As a human being, or maybe a scientist, or maybe a war expert, we may calculate, we may reach up to 80-85%, not 100%. So many real world problems just cannot have an war solutions. Okay, so this is all about theoretical information which we have in the first unit. So we completed the first unit, theoretical information, right? What is history of war, and even a definition of war, and even applications of war, right? And even model, and different types of models which we discussed, and even a process to develop a model, 6 steps which we discussed, and even final a concept which was included in the first unit, that is opportunities and shortcomingness. Clear? Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Now I'm stopping my I'm stopping sharing my screen. Right? Okay. Is my board is visible?
Yes, sir.
Is it fine? Is it visible to you, everyone? My board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Clearly?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Right. Okay. Do any one of you have any idea what is linear programming problems? Any guess? Any idea? Any wild guess?
No, sir.
So I will mark some lines here. Please tell me, is it visible or not? Is it fine? Visible to you?
Yes, sir.
What about here? This corner is fine, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so I'm going to use this board only. Is it clearly visible, right, to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Do you have any idea what is linear programming problems? Any one of you? Is it visible? I wrote something on board. Is it visible?
No, sir.
No?
కొంచెం కిందికి రాయండి సార్.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
LPP.
What is that?
LPP,
LPP. What do you mean by L?
linear programming.
Okay. So linear. What is P?
Programming.
Programming. And what is P? What is P?
Problems.
Problems. So LPP means a linear programming problems. Okay. So see, in the year of 1947, George B. Danching, right? George B. Danching is a person who used the first terminology of this linear programming problem. Linear programming problem, right? George B. Danching, right? So this person initially used in the year of 1947 linear programming problem. Okay. So when he is working in US and that too airways, right, logistical military operations, he used this terminology linear programming problem. Okay. So Sohail Sheikh, now he want to join. I request to you, because see, it's highly difficult to me again to admit. Fine. Okay, clear? So linear programming problem, LPP means linear programming problems, right? So in the year of 1947, person called George B. Danching, right, who is working in airways, right, and that too in US, right, when he is working in a military related operation, logistical related oriented one, and he used this terminology which is called linear programming problems. Okay. So what is linear, right? Linear means relationship between variables. A relationship between variables. What do you mean by linear? Any one of you?
Relationship between variables.
Relationship between variables. Okay. Now what is programming? Programming which is giving a solution by using limited resources. What are the limited resources? Which is maybe a material, men, money, right, machine, like that. I think, hope maybe you studied 4Ms, 5Ms, like that, right? So what is linear means? Linear which is relationship between the variables, right? Programming means which is giving a solution by using limited resources. What are those limited resources? Which is money or material or maybe a machine or maybe any other limited resources which we are using. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, most important one, when you are working on linear programming problems, right? So we need to get some information, right? So we need to study that information. Suppose let us say an example, you are working as a production manager in any one organization, right? When you're working as a production manager, most probably you are going to get some problems, so you will get theoretical information, right? So that theoretical information has to be converted into the mathematical way, right? That is what we are doing now, right? So what is that? Any given theoretical information which has to be converted into the linear programming problems or mathematical way, right? So see, the most important one here, right, as I already said to you yesterday, when you are developing any one particular model, you need to understand the environment, right? Vamshi, are you there, Vamshi?
Sir.
Who is this Mujib Pasha?
He's our classmate.
What is time now? See, this is not acceptable. I said so many times to you, right? If anyone is not giving a value to the time, then I will not accept. Don't waste my most valuable time. Being as a Sunday, I'm taking classes here, right? 10 to 12. Mujib? Who is Moinuddin? Boss, let me request to you, if you want to join the session, please join 10 o'clock itself. Because I'm giving prior to 24 hours itself. I'm giving prior 24 hours. Information which I'm giving to you in advance. But if you want to join 10:30 or 11 o'clock, you are wasting most valuable time, and at the same time you are wasting my most valuable time also. Clear? Right? So those who are joining now, see, it's not acceptable, boss. Fine. So see, yesterday I have already explained to you, right, which is when you are developing any one particular model, right? So certain process we discussed, right? So initially you need to understand the environment. Now once if you understand the environment, then you need to identify the variables. Now once if you identify a variables, the next one, which is you need to identify what is the objective function of that and the constraints. That is what we are doing now. Okay, so you understand one particular given problem, right? And you identified there may be a variables, and that variables which is going to be reflected in the mathematical way in a linear programming problem, either maybe x1, x2, x3 or x4, right? Now what is this x1? What is this x1?
Variable.
Now let me give an example. In one particular problem, right, which is you identified product A, product B. How many variables?
2.
2 variables. Then you are going to be get x1 and x2. That's it, right? Yes or
Yes,
no?
sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now suppose you identify even C also. Then your variable?
It's 3.
You identify D. Then your variable?
4.
So hope you understand, right? So this x1, x2, x3, x4, it depends upon the problem and how many variables included in your problem. That's it. Okay, clear? Right? Do you have any doubts as of now? Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Now, you identified a variable, right? And even yesterday I said to you, right? Now let me ask a question. Suppose a problem is talking about sales. A problem is talking about sales. Now what is your objective function?
Maximizing the sales.
Yes, maximization. Suppose if they are talking about cost.
Minimizing cost.
Good. Suppose they are talking about profit.
Maximizing the
Maximization.
profit.
Superb. Good. Right? Who is Tirupati? Shall I admit him? Vamshi?
sir.
Shall I admit him?
మీకే తెలియాలి సార్ అతను ఒక్కోసారి వస్తాడు ఒక్కోసారి రాలేదు క్లాస్ కి చెప్పిన అందరికి నిన్ననైతే అందరికి చెప్పిన సార్ నిన్న.
See, we have a limited time, and if you want to join like this, you are wasting time, right? So flow of class will miss. It's up to you, boss. If it is my SNST student, then without any hesitation, I will not allow, because we will follow the only one rule, right? That is, if it is 10 o'clock, 5 minutes, that's it. After 5, meeting will be lock. Meeting will be lock.
Do the same here also, sir. They'll face the consequences.
Yeah, I will do from next class onwards. Okay. I hope you understand, right? So if it is sales related oriented one, we are talking about maximization. Our objective function is maximization, right? And if it is a cost related oriented one, then it is a minimization. Then if it is a profit related oriented one, maximization. Hope you understand, right? Based on your problem, okay. Tirupati, please mute your video. Stop your video. Is it Tirupati? Fine. Okay. Right. So hope you understand how to identify, is it our objective function is a maximization or minimization?
Yes,
Do you have any doubt?
No,
Still?
sir.
Naina, Tirupati, Kaniganti. Okay. I will do one thing. Fine. Right. So as of now, we discussed about how to identify objective function. Right. Now, Tirupati, are you able to hear my voice? Fine. So objective function, right? Now when you identify objective function, okay, now my objective function is, which is maximum, that will be represent like a z, maximum z equals to, right? Any one of you can please tell me, if I wrote 2x1 plus 4x2, hope you understand what I mean to say about that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so two variables which is included in our problem, right, we identified. So objective function is maximum z equals to 2x1 plus 4x2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Right. Now see, one more important one. So as I already said to you, when you are working on any one particular problem, we need to know about some constraints or restrictions, right? So machine may work only 10 hours, right? Or maybe manpower may work only limited hours itself, and even other resources, machines may work limited hours only. So all those are the some restrictions or maybe a constraints we have, right? So see, that constraint has to be right in your problem. Suppose STC, what is that STC? Subject to constraints. What is that STC? Any one of you can please tell me?
Subject to constraints.
Subjects to constraints. Okay, so no need to write full form, you can write like this: STC, subject to constraints. Now what are those subject to constraints? How it is going to be right? Now if I write x1 plus x2 plus x3, is it right? Is it right?
It should be either greater than or equal to 0 or less than equal to 0, sir.
No, I'm talking about only this x1, x2, x3. Is it fine?
Yes, sir, it is fine.
No, it's wrong. Why?
In question they only give x1 and x2, sir. You should use
Exactly.
S3,
So
S1, S2.
we may not use this x3 because in the objective function we have only two variables, right? You have to write only two variables, not three variables. One more logic. Clear? So in the objective function you have only two variables, then obviously in this subject to constraint you should have only two variables itself. Clear? right? So see, do you have any doubt? Don't be silent, tell me yes or no.
No, sir.
Fine. So subject to constraints, which is x1 plus x2, right, less than equals to 10, right? Remember carefully, when you are writing maximization, that constraint should be less than equals to. This is a basic funda. When you are writing objective function maximum z equals to, your constraint should be less than equals to. Okay, so blind assumption, remember this for today's class, right? There is a logic behind that. After 2 classes you may understand why I said this less than equals to only. If it is greater than equals to, then we have to convert that greater than equals to less than equals to. That we will do in the simplex method. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Now let me ask you a question. If your objective function is maximum z equals to, constraint should be less than equals to or greater than equals to?
Less than
equals to.
Remember that. That's it. Blind assumption. If it your objective function is maximization, your constraint should be less than equals to. Okay, right? Now, if your objective function is minimization, your constraint should be greater than equals to. This is a logic, basic funda. Register in your brain this basic funda. If it is maximization, constraint should be.
less than
No, wait, Shirisha.
Less than or equals to, sir.
Good. Roll number 7. Who is that? Roll number 7. Roll number 7. Roll number 7. Joseph, roll number
30, sir.
30. Yeah, if it is your objective function is minimization, then constraint should be.
Greater than equal to.
Hope you understand, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now this is a basic funda. Now my subject to constraints, which is constraints, I have 2 constraints here, right? One more constraint, which is 4x1 plus 8x2 less than equals to 20, right? And non-negativity restriction, which we have, that is an assumption in the linear programming problem, x1 comma x2 greater than equals to 0. This is your linear programming problem in mathematical way. So given theoretical information which we converted into mathematical form. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Clear? Any questions?
No, sir.
So what we need to do, first we need to understand the problem, right? So what they're talking about, is it an objective function is a maximization or minimization, right? Then after that, which we are writing subject to constraints, right? Based on the constraints, if you have only one constraint, you will write one constraint. If you have 2 constraints or 3 constraints or 4 constraints, or maybe restrictions. Constraints is also called restrictions, right? So best example, you are working in a production department, mission working hours, maybe 10 hours, that is one restriction, right? So which is why I'm writing here less than equals to, not more than that. Hope you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so like that we wrote some restrictions here. Clear? Do you have any questions as of now? Please ask me.
No, sir.
No? Good. Now I will read one problem. Any one of you can please tell me, is it maximization or minimization related oriented one? Okay. So we will do step by step, follow that steps. That's it. I will make one table initially, then just please follow the same step by step procedure. So even if you have a pen and paper also, please follow that steps. Okay, clear? Now let me read that one problem. Let us see how many of you understand this. Okay, so I may not tell is it a maximization or minimization. I will read one particular problem. How many of you say it's a maximization or minimization? Let us see. Okay, so a manufacturer produces two types of models, M1 and M2. Okay,
Okay, sir.
M1 and M2. Each model of the type M1 requires 4 hours of grinding and 2 hours of polishing. Each model of the type M1 requires 4 hours of grinding and 2 hours of polishing, where as each model of M2 requires 2 hours of grinding and 5 hours of polishing. Okay, the manufacturer has 2 grinders and 3 polishers. Each grinder works for 40 hours a week and each polisher works 60 hours a week. Profit on M1 model is ₹3 and on model 2 is ₹4. Whatever produced in a week is sold in the market. How should the manufacturer allocate his production capacity to the two types of models so that he makes maximum profit in a week? Any one of you?
Maximization, sir.
Simple. So they're talking about maximum and profit related. It's a maximization.
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now, see, let me make a table. Okay. So how to make a table? So I will make a table here, one step by step. So see, a manufacturer produces two types of models, M1 and M2. Now, any one of you, can you please tell me how many variables here?
Two variables.
Two variables. So M1 is a one variable and M2 is one variable. Is it visible to you?
Yes, sir.
So I'm making here X1 and X2. Okay. So each model of type M1 requires 4 hours of grinding and 2 hours of polishing. So two restrictions here. What are they? Grinding and polishing, right? So requirements I'm writing here. Clear? Right? So G means, what is G?
Grinding,
What is P?
polishing.
Polishing. Now listen. Each model of the type M1 requires 4 hours of grinding. Now where I need to write 4? Each
M1
model of the type M1 requires 4. Yes, M1 grinding 4. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, and 2 hours of polishing. Where?
Polishing
M1 comma P.
Under M1, polishing 2. Clear? Any doubts?
No, sir.
Whereas each model of M2 requires 2 hours of grinding and 5 hours of polishing. Any one of you?
Under M2 at grinding position.
Grinding 2,
Polishing 5.
polishing 5. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, the manufacturer has 2 grinders and 3 polishers. How many grinders and how many polishers?
2 grinders.
Polish.
So 2 grinders and 3 polishers. Okay. So here I'm writing machine working hours. Okay. Now, listen. Do you have any questions as of now?
No, sir.
Fine. Good. So each grinder works for 40 hours a week. Each grinder works for 40 hours. Right? So I'm writing here, which is grinder, 40 hours. Because how many grinders they have?
2.
2.
grinders.
40 into 2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So how much here?
80.
80. Good. Now, and each polisher works 60 hours a week. Now,
50 equal to 180.
how much?
180.
180. Clear? Now, profit on M1 model is ₹3. Where I need to keep that?
Down.
So they are talking about profit on M1. How much?
3.
3. And on model 2 is rupees 4. Okay. Do you have any doubts based on this particular table?
No, sir.
No, right?
No, sir.
Now, any one of you can please tell me objective function, my objective function.
Max z is equals to 3x1 plus 4x2.
Who is this? Who is this?
Nikita, sir.
Nikita, good. Maximum z equals to
3x1 plus 4x2.
3x1 plus 4x2. Exactly, good. Nikita. Now, subject to constraints.
4x1 plus 2x2
4x1 plus 2x2
less than or equal to 80.
less than equals to 80. Good, Nikita. Any one of you? Nikita, stop. Any one of you?
2x1 plus 5x2 is less than equal to 180.
2x1 plus 5x2 less than equals to 180.
180.
Non-negativity restriction. x1 comma x2 greater than equals to 0. Done. This is a basic step in the linear programming problem. This is called, right, given theoretical information converting into a linear programming problem in a mathematical way. If you have any questions, please ask me. Is it easy?
Yes, sir.
Simple. You need to understand. See, if you make this table, it is easy to you. That's it. Step by step. No need to worry. How many variables is there? So see, m1, m2. So x1, x2. Suppose if it is m3, then m3, x3. That's it. Then they have grinders and polishers, right? So m1 grinder which is 4, and m2 grinder which is 2, and m1 polishing which is 2, m2 polishing which is 5, and even machine working hours which they gave, they have grinders 2, and we multiplied 40 which is 80, and 3 into 60 they have polishers 3, 60 hours 180. Then profit on m1 which is 3, and profit on m2 4, because they are talking about profit maximization. So we wrote objective function maximum z equals to 3x1 plus 4x2 subject to constraints 4x1 plus 2x2 less than equals to 80. Why it is less than equals to 80?
Maximum, because it is maximization.
No, the constant which is grinder, which is available per week, which is only 40 hours. That's it. Not more than that. Now, if you write greater than, right, it's wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
Because it will work only 40 hours. Maximum 40 hours, that's it. So, which is why we wrote here less than equals to 80. Now, any one of you, if you did not understand, please ask me. Don't hesitate, ask me. This is a basic step. If you understand this, see, next class onwards, right, or maybe if time permits to me, we will go ahead with even a graphical method also. I may not say this. I'm directly going to tell this particular one. Hope you understand what is the logic behind this. I will say directly maximum z equals to 4x1 plus 5x2, like that. So logic behind is this. Any one of you, if you have a questions, please ask me. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No? Right. So let us see. I once again am asking, if anyone have a questions, please raise. Now next problem onwards, I will identify roll number. That roll number has to tell. Is it okay for you?
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Is it
sir.
okay for you?
Okay, sir.
If you be calm, see, if you know, tell yes. If you don't know, tell no. If you be calm, then next class onwards I will not allow you. Is it fine? Shall we go with this agreement?
Okay, sir.
Fine?
Fine, sir.
Right. So I will call roll number wise. You need to respond. So don't respond until unless I call your roll number, even though if you know. Okay. Are you facing any difficulty with the board? A clarity?
No, sir.
No, right? Is it clearly visible?
Yeah.
Fine. Now I will read problem first. Just understand that particular problem. A firm is engaged in producing two products. A firm is engaged in producing two products, A and B. Each unit of product A requires 2 kg of raw material and 4 labor hours for processing. Right? Whereas each unit of B requires 3 kg of raw materials and 3 labor hours for the same type. Every week, the firm has an availability of 60 kg of raw material and 96 labor hours. One unit of product A sold yields rupees 40 and one unit of product B sold gives rupees 35 as a profit. Formulate this as a linear programming problem to determine as to how many units of each of the products should be produced per week so that the firm can earn maximum profit. Now, roll number 20, what is your objective or function of this particular problem? Is it a minimization or maximization?
Maximization, sir.
How come
Less
this
than
is
or equal to.
maximization?
Because they are like produce more and more. They are trying to produce more.
Yes, they're
more
talking
and
about the
more.
profit.
Yes.
Okay. Now, roll number 38.
Yes, sir.
So, how many variables are there? A firm is engaged in producing two products.
2 variables, sir, A and B.
2 variables. Good. Now, see, I repeat once again. I will ask you questions, right? A firm is engaged in producing two products. So, how many variables we have here?
2 variables.
Two
A and B.
variables.
A is a 1 variable and B is a 1 variable. So, I'm considering here x1 and x2. Okay, clear? Right? So, this is a requirement which they have. Okay, next time I will read. Each unit of product A requires 2 kg of raw material. Each unit of product A requires 2 kg of raw material. So I'm writing here raw material. Now, any one of roll number 29. Roll number 29.
Yes, sir.
Where I need to keep this? Each unit of product A requires 2 kg of raw material. Where I need to put this 2?
A, sir.
A, 2.
Yes,
Good.
sir.
Now, and 4 labor hours for processing. So this is
Down.
labor hours. Where I need to
Four
keep?
down. Down, sir.
Down. 4.
A only 4.
Okay. Now, roll number 32. Roll number 32. 32. Are you there? Chandana Reddy.
28, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now your turn. Please tell me where I have to put these values. Whereas each unit of B requires 3 kg of raw materials.
In B is X2, sir.
X2, where I need to put? Is it a raw material or labor hours?
Raw material, sir.
Raw material, 3 kg of raw material and 3 labor hours for the same type.
In labor hours, X2 column, sir.
3. Good. Now, every week, the firm has an availability of 60 kg of raw material and 96 labor hours. Roll name Shravani G. Shravani, what is your answer?
Yeah.
Every week, the firm has an availability of 60 kg of raw material and 96 labor hours. Where I need to put this? Roll number 13.
Yes, sir.
Where I need to put? Where I need to keep this
60
value?
kg.
Every week, the firm has an availability of 60 kg of raw material and 96 labor hours.
So 60
Raw
kg as raw material.
60 kg raw materials, 90
60
labor
kg
hours.
is raw material. 96
60 kg
labor
raw
hours.
material availability
Raw material.
and 96
kgs.
labor hours.
Labor available.
Yes, exactly. Good.
Yeah.
Now, one unit of product A Please mute yourself. Number 13. Yeah. Sohail.
Yes, sir.
So now you are done. So 1 unit of product A sold yields rupees 40 and 1 unit of product B sold gives 35 as profit. Where I need to keep these values?
Last, sir.
So profit, they are talking about profit, right? So 40 and one more, which is 35.
Yes.
35.
So
Clear?
we should draw this column in rough side or in the main as a working notes.
You can make it in the same space itself, not in the rough. So can that even a professor who is evaluating, he may easily understand, yes, this person knows very well about this particular problem. You can draw this, and below that you please write down. No problem at all. If you draw this, then if I'm an evaluator, then I will give 7 out of 7. That's it. Okay, but maximum objective function constraints is the most important one. Don't draw up to here. Okay, objective function, writing objective function and constraints and non-negativity is the most important one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, fine. Now let me ask questions to roll number 17.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you please tell me objective function? How to write?
Max z equal to 40x1 plus 35x2.
Maximum z equals to 40x1 plus 35x2. Good. Now, roll number Ramana.
Yes, sir.
Next.
Subject to constraint equal to 2x1 plus
Okay,
3x2.
subject to constraints.
2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 60, sir.
Less than equals to 60.
Next,
Good.
4x1
Shirisha, wait. Shirisha.
Sir,
Yeah.
3x1 plus 3x2.
Sorry.
3x1.
No, next constraint. Shirisha, you have to write like this. Not
Sir,
like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
4x1 plus
4x1
plus 3x2
3x2
less than or equals to 96.
Good. Okay. Roll number 37. Roll number 37.
Sir.
Yeah. What is that last one?
Yes, sir. NNR x1, x2.
Non-negativity restriction. Okay. So please don't write this NNR like this. Then people may say about that Nagarjuna or Akineni. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. Even who is this? Is responding?
Akil, sir.
Akil said NNR. What is this NNR? Nagarjuna? Naresh?
Non-negativity.
So non-negativity? Non-negativity restriction. How to write?
x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0.
x1, x2 greater than equals to 0. This is the most important one. Simple, right? Sometimes they may give 7 marks for this particular type of methods. Okay? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Have any questions?
No, sir.
Shall we go ahead with one more problem?
Yes, sir.
So this is the last problem under maximization. Hope you understand. Same type. So make a table. Then after that, write maximization. Objective function, constraints, and non-negativity. That's it. Okay. Clear? So we'll go ahead with the one more problem in the same method. Okay. Now we'll follow the same procedure. Okay. So a firm can produce 3 types of clothes. Now any one of you can please tell me how many variables?
3 variables.
3 variables. Good. As of now, we solved only 2 variables. So it depends upon, maybe they may give 4 variables, or maybe 5 variables, or maybe 6 variables, like that. Maximum they may give 4. That's it. Not 6. You may not get more than 5. You may get only 4 or 3 maximum. That's it, because you don't have a time, right, to solve the problems. So they may give only 3. 2 sufficient, 3 enough. If it is 4, okay, fine. Let me read this particular problem. A firm can produce 3 types of clothes, A, B and C. 3 kind of wool are required, which is red, green and blue. Okay, so I will make a table here. Fine. So produce 3 types of clothes, right? A, B, C, right?
X2, X3.
So X1,
X2, X3.
X2, X3. Fine. Now 3 kind of wool are required. So wool, right? So
Red.
what are they?
Red, green,
Red,
green,
green,
blue.
blue. Okay. Now see, listen carefully. 1 unit of length of type A cloth, 1 unit of length of type A cloth needs 2 meters of red wool. Any one of you can please tell me where I need to put this value?
Under X1 column, it red, sir.
Red. Good. So A cloth needs 2 meters of red wool and 3 meters of blue wool.
Under X1
Under
column,
blue.
it blue, sir.
Under blue. Okay. So see, I repeat once again, 1 unit of length of type A cloth needs 2 meters of red wool, right, and 3 meters of blue wool. They did not mention green. Leave about. Okay, clear? And next, 1 unit of length of type B cloth needs 3 meters of red wool. Where I need to keep?
Under X2 column, sir.
X2
Red.
column, 3 meters
column.
of red wool, 2 meters of green wool and 2 meters of blue wool. Where I need to keep?
X2 green.
2 and 2, right? 2 meters of green wool and 2 meters of blue wool. Okay, clear? Now 1 unit of type C cloth needs 5 meters of green wool. One unit type of C cloth needs 5 meters of green wool.
Under X3 column, it green row, sir.
Green 5. Okay. Now 5 meters of green wool and 4 meters of blue wool.
X3 column, it blue row.
Clear? Okay. So you may put here dash because they did not mention.
Yes, sir.
Okay, clear? Now the firm has a stock of 8 meters of red wool. Where I need to keep?
Stop.
8 meters of red wool. Where I need to keep?
Red row, sir. Outer column, 8.
8. Okay. 10 meters of green wool. Where I need to write?
Green row, sir. Green row, 10.
Green. Okay. And 15 meters of blue.
Under the 10, we need a 15.
Yes. 15. Okay. Now it is assumed that the income obtained from 1 unit of type A is rupees 3. So they are talking about income. What is your objective function? What is your objective function?
Maximization. sir.
Maximization, because income has to be more, not less than, right? So see, income obtained from 1 unit of type A is rupees 3. Where I need to keep, or where I need to write?
The income.
X1 column,
First
Under-
column, beside the
A,
income row.
3, right? And from B is rupees 5. And from C is 4. Formulate
column
this
4.
as an LPP. Okay. Now Praveen will tell objective function.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Max Z equals to
max z equals to
3x1 plus
3x1 plus
5x2 plus
5x2 plus
4x3.
4x3. Good. Now Mamata, roll number 14.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Non-negativity equal to
Mamata.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
ST equal to
What
2x1.
is that STC? What is that STC, Mamata? Subject to constraints.
Okay, sir.
Okay, subject to constraints. Now tell me that constraint.
2x1
Hmm.
plus 3x2
2x1 plus
plus 3x2.
3x2.
Sir, under x3 is not there, na? Any
Yes,
number?
exactly. Good. See, you may forget about that, or else you may write 0x3 also. Okay?
Okay.
So you may write plus 0x3. If it is 0 multiplied with any value, it becomes 0 itself, right?
Okay.
Clear? Are you following, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Clear? So I'm not writing here x3 because it's 0. Even you can write plus 0x3 also. Okay? So 2x1 plus 3x2 less than equals to
8.
8. Why I did not write here 0x3? Even if you write 0x3 also, it becomes 0 itself, right?
Okay.
Multiply with the 0 with any value, it becomes 0 itself. Okay? So which is why I'm not writing here. Clear?
Okay, sir.
All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Now roll number 13.
Yes, sir. Non-negative.
Roll number 13.
So 3x G. So green negative x1 ఏం లేదు సార్ వాల్యూ.
Oh no.
2x3 2x2 plus
Okay, right. Listen
5x.
carefully. Listen carefully when you are writing, because see 2x1 plus 3x2 plus here 0x3, right? So when you are writing, it is better to write down like this, where it is exactly. So x1 is not there. Okay, so I'm writing here itself. So 2x2 plus, yeah, next.
x3.
Sorry?
5x3
sir.
5x3
greater than or less than
Greater than or equal less than 10.
less than or equals to
10 sir.
10. Good.
Thank
Now
you.
Joseph.
Hello, yes sir.
Yeah, Joseph, tell me.
3x1 plus 2x2 plus 4x3 greater than or less
3x1 plus 2x2, wait. 3x1 plus 2x2 plus
4x3
4x3
less than or equal to 50.
less than or equals to 15. Good. Non-negativity restriction. Any one of you? Ramana?
Non-negativity x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0, sir.
x1 comma x2 comma x3 greater than or equals to 0.
0.
That's it. Do you have any questions? Fine. Clear?
yes sir.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll go ahead with the minimization problems. So how to write that minimization, same like that, like this. Given theoretical information, how to convert into mathematical form or formulation of linear programming problem. So if external paper setter, if they give this particular problem, right? So your most luckiest students, it's easiest one to get 7 out of 7 marks if they give A. So obviously they may not give 14 marks for this particular type of problems. They may give A. If they give A, so you should be back and you should be right and attempt this, and you will get 7, and it will finish. How much time it will take to write this table and write objective functions and constraints? Hardly 1 minute.
Yes, sir. 1 or 2 minutes. That's it.
1 or 2 minutes. That's it. So practice is the most important one. Clear? Do you have any questions? How to write this objective functions and constraints with respect to especially maximization function?
No, sir.
No.
Now we'll go ahead with the minimization. Okay. Now let me read that particular problem. Okay. So a person requires 10, 12 and 12 units chemicals. Okay. 10, 12 and 12 unit chemicals, which is A, B and C respectively for his garden, right? A liquid product contains 5, 2 and 1 units of A, B and C respectively per jar. Okay. So now see, we'll go ahead with the table, right? So how many variables are there here?
3
Three
variables.
variables.
Is it 3 variables or 2 variables?
3 variables.
It's not 3 variables, it's only 2 variables. Why it is 2 variables? Now let me explain to you. A liquid product contains 5, 2 and 1 units of A, B and C respectively per jar. So liquid is X1, right? And dry is X2. 2 variables. Okay. Now chemicals they have to produce. How many chemicals they have? 3 chemicals.
3 chemicals.
A, B, C.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now initially they gave a person requires 10, 12 and 12 units chemicals, right? That indirectly they're talking about stock. Okay. So 10, 12 and 12. Done. Now see, a liquid product contains 5, 2 and 1 units of ABC. Now where I need to keep that values?
Under X1 column, sir.
5, 2,
2, 1.
1, right? Now see, a dry product contains 1, 2 and 4 units of ABC per jar. So where I need to write that?
Under X2 column, sir. 1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4. Okay. If the liquid product sells for rupees 3 per jar, right? So they're talking about sale, right? Sells, right? Selling. They're talking about selling. Try to understand this. Okay. If the liquid product sells for rupees 3 per jar, so where I need to write?
Under X1 column, sir. It sells
3, right, per jar, and dry product sells for rupees 2 per carton. 2. Okay. Now how many of each should be purchased in order to minimize the cost and meet the requirements? Now what is your objective function?
minimization, sir.
So how many of each should be purchased in order to minimize the cost and meet the requirements? Is it maximization or minimization?
Minimization, sir. They are given cost, that's why we have to minimize it.
Yes, exactly. So now see, now any one of you can please tell me. So entire one I will ask to Vamshi. Vamshi, what is your objective function?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vamshi. What is your objective function?
And that is equal to 5x1.
Sorry? Come on, Vamshi.
1 plus 2x1.
Yes, sir.
It's 3x1.
5x1 plus x.
Objective function. Come on, Vamshi.
Sheets.
Okay. Moinuddin.
Sir, 3x minimum z equal to 3x1 plus 2x2.
Sorry, is it a student only, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there any faculty? Because I'm randomly asking, I don't know.
No, sir. Only Subramaniam sir is our faculty, sir. All are excluding him, all are students.
Okay, fine. Okay, right. Yeah, Moinuddin.
Sir, min z equal to
Sorry?
minimum z equal to 3x1 plus 2x2.
Why minimum?
Yeah.
Why minimum?
Z equal to because
Moinuddin, why minimum? Minimization.
sir decreasing, sir. That's why.
Sorry?
It's minimizing, sir.
Minimizing, right? So see, because they're talking about roll number 17, please mute yourself. And even Ramana also. Except Moinuddin.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, they gave here how many of each should be purchased in order to minimize the cost and meet the requirements. So it's talking about minimization. So minimum z equals to
3x1 plus
3x
plus 2x2.
Vamshi. Vamshi. Are you there, Vamshi?
Sir.
Yeah, next constraint. Sorry, subject to constraint. Come on, Vamshi.
One comma x2.
Sorry? Okay. Roll number 6.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Subject to constraints 5x1 plus 1x2 greater than or equal
5x1
to
plus x2. I am not writing 1.
1 into anything is equal to 1.
Exactly. So you cannot write here 1x1, right? 1x2 like that, because it is 1 itself, right? So I'm writing only x2. Even if you want to write 1x1, 1x2, you can. It's up to you, right? So x2, 5x1 plus x2
greater than or equal to 10.
Exactly, good. Greater than equals to
10.
And why you are writing greater than equals to?
It's minimizing, no, sir. It's a concept.
Minimization, the basic funda, and even question itself they mentioned here, right? A person requires 10, 12 and 12 units chemicals. Requires 10, 12, 12. Even if it is more than that, fine. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, next constraint 38.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
2x1 plus 2x2 is
2x1 plus 2x2
greater than equal to 12.
greater than equal to 12. Okay. Third constraint. Shravani, G.
1x2 plus 4x2 greater
Oh,
than
sorry, 1x2 or 1x1?
1x1.
X1
plus 4x2
plus 4x2
greater than or equal to 12.
greater than equal to 12. Good. Now non-negativity restriction, any one of you?
Comma x2 greater than or equal to 0.
X1 comma x2 greater than equals to 0. That's it. Okay. So as of now, we discussed maximization and we are talking about this is a minimization. Okay, so we'll go with one more problem, right? The similar kind of one, even if I give n number of same like that itself. Okay, we'll go ahead with the one more, and we'll stop with this. Okay, last one more method. Then after that we'll go with one more method which was included in your syllabus, that is graphical method. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Let me read that particular problem. A housewife wishes to mix two types of food, F1, F2, in such a way that the vitamin contents of the mixture contain at least 8 units of vitamin A and 11 units of vitamin B. Food F1 costs 60 per kg and food F2 costs 80 per kg. Food F1 contains 3 units per kg of vitamin A and 5 units per kg of vitamin B, while food F2 contains 4 units per kg of vitamin A and 2 units per kg of vitamin B. Formulate this problem as a linear programming problem to minimize the cost of the mixture. So default, right, blind assumption, because they're talking about cost related, right? So this is objective function is minimization itself. Okay, so directly I'm writing here the table, right? So how many variables we have here?
2 variables.
2 variables, right? That is food.
Food F1 and F2.
F1 and F2. So I'm considering here X1 and X2. Okay, then vitamins they are talking about. How many vitamins? Vitamin A and vitamin B. Okay, so and even they are talking about cost related and even requirement. Okay, so let me read. Okay, so mixture contains at least 8 units of vitamin A and 11 units of vitamin B. Requirement 8 units of vitamin A and 11 units of vitamin B requirement, right? And after that they are given here food F1 cost 60 per kg and food F2 cost 80 per kg. So where I need to write?
Cost 60 and
Cost 60 and 80. Fine. Now
Yes, sir.
they gave values here. Food F1 contains 3 units of vitamin A, 5 units of vitamin B. Food F1 consists of
F1.
Right. Under
3.
X1
Yes. Then
and
5.
3 and
Okay.
under X2 4 and 2.
4 and 2. 4 and 2. Okay. Now Vamshi. Okay. He said he is in the hospital. Okay. Let me ask to someone. Okay. 24. Fine. Okay. Number 29.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Min z equal to
Objective function minimum z equals
z
to
equal to 60x1 plus
60x1 plus
80x2.
80x2. Good. Next.
STC
Okay.
3x1
3x1
plus 4x2
4x2
greater than or equal to 8.
greater than equals to 8. Good.
5x1 plus
5x1
2x2. 2x2
2x2
greater than or equal to 11.
11. Good.
NNR
What is that NNR?
non-negativity restriction.
Yes. Okay.
X1 comma
you should-
x2.
yeah, wait. So you should pronounce like that. Objective function minimum z equals to subject to constraints and non-negativity restriction. Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. X1 comma x2
X1 comma x2
greater than 0.
greater than 0. Okay, clear? So
Yes, sir.
under maximization we solved 2 problems, under minimization we solved the 2 problems. Hope I think you understand, right, what we are doing. Any given theoretical information which we are converting into mathematical format. This is called linear programming problem. So they may ask like this: formulate this problem as a linear programming problem to minimize the cost of the mixtures. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now let me ask few questions. Few questions, right? So whether you understand or not. Roll number 11.
Yes, sir.
So objective function is maximization. Your constraint should be
Greater than equal to, sir.
sorry. Your objective function is maximization. Your constraint should be
Greater than equal to, sir.
maximization.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. Less than equal to.
See, this is a basic funda. If you miss, there is a logic behind that. If you did
Yes,
not
sir.
understand this, the next level you may forget. It depends.
Yes,
So
sir.
this is a basic funda. If you did not understand this, then even see in the graphical method you may get confused. Even in the simplex method you will get confused. So this has to be registered in our brain. Even at midnight, 2 o'clock, if anyone asks you maximization, constraint should be, come on, roll number 11.
Less than equal to, sir.
Yes. If it
సార్ పోయినారా? హలో,
సార్ దగ్గర కరెంట్ పోయిందేమో.
పోతే పోయి కాదు, మీరు మైక్ అన్మ్యూట్ చేసుకోండి. సార్ పోయిండుగా. ఐ విల్ జాయిన్ ఇమ్మీడియట్. ఐ లాస్ట్ కనెక్షన్ అంట. ఓకే ఓకే, అంతసేపు మనం మాట్లాడుకుందాం.
మాట్లాడు.
ఏమరా పోయింది, నేను చెప్పింది ఏమైందిరా నీకు? అరే
అరే రమణ, ఇది రివర్స్ కనెక్షనే కదా. మాక్సిమం ఉంటే మాక్సిమం
అంతే. దాని సంగతి తీసే కానీ నేను చెప్పింది ఏమైందిరా నీకు? ఎంబోబి పంపిమంటే రాత్రికి పంపిస్తాను, పంపించలేవు.
రాదే డబ్బును పట్టుకొని ఇప్పుడు మార్నింగ్ పెడతాను.
సిగ్గు ఉండాలి రా సప్లీ పెట్టుకొని మానుకున్నావు అంటే.
అంతే మరి.
నేనేమో ఎడ్జోన్ లెక్క మ్యాచ్ చూసుకుంటూ మేల్కనే ఉన్నా, నువ్వు పంపిస్తావేమో అంటే పంపించనే లేవు.
మరి కాల్ చేయలేవు, మెసేజ్ చేయలేవు.
ఇక మ్యాచ్ చూస్తుంటే కాదు, జర పంపిరయ్యా.
సరే,
గుడ్ మైక్.
సరే, లీవ్ ది మీటింగ్.
Students, this is recording taking place. Okay.
I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Yes, sir. You are back.
Yes. A little bit glitch in network, right? Due to rain. Fine. So, any questions? Do you have any? No, right?
No, sir.
So we'll go ahead with the graphical method.
Okay, sir.
Or shall we stop?
No, sir. We will go with graphical method, sir.
Also, so I don't want to extend more time. So within 20 minutes, I will explain to you graphical method. Then we'll stop. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Right. So see, you will get a question like this. Okay, maximum z equals to or minimum z equals to 60x1 plus 80x2 3x1 plus 4x2 greater than equals to 8 5x1 plus 2x2 greater than equals to 11 non-negative restriction x1 comma x2 greater than equals to. They may ask, solve the following linear programming problem by using graphical method, or by using simplex method, or by using two-phase method, or by using big M method, like that. They may ask, solve the following linear programming problem by using graphical method. So one more method which was included in your syllabus, that is a graphical method, will apply that graphical method based on the graph. Okay, fine. So let me take one simple question. Is it fine with you? Are you facing any problem with the board?
No, sir.
Ask you, solve the following problem by using two-phase method, or solve the following linear programming problem by using big M method, like that. I think you don't have a big M method, or as per my knowledge, it's a big ghost. Okay, even if I explain to you 2 hours also, you may get confused. Until unless you will not practice that type of problems, so you may get confused. So only one thing I'm requesting to you, please practice problems as much as you can. If you practice, or if you spend at least 2 hours for this QABD,
Mute your microphones, please.
sorry. Yeah, so the problem maybe look like this. Okay, so hope you understand here. First, initially we'll go ahead with the maximization problems under graphical. We'll go ahead maximization related problems under a graphical method. Okay, so maximum z equals to 6x1 plus 4x2, then sub Is it fine now?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Even network is also not supporting.
Yes, sir. Your screen is stucking in between, like it's stopping and starting
Yeah,
again.
here as Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Repeatedly it was disconnecting. Why? Network. Okay, fine. If it is disconnect again, okay, we'll stop here itself and we'll proceed in the next class. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Disconnected, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think something.
Sir.
Yeah. Some network issue from my side. Is it stable now? Are you able to watch me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. If time permits to me, shall we go ahead in the evening?
Yes, sir. Evening you have to take, sir.
Okay, so as per the timetable, 7 to 8 you have MIS, right?
Yes, sir.
At what time we'll go ahead with the QABD?
Before 7 o'clock, sir.
Okay, so I will reach home 5:30. So 6 to 7.
Yeah, okay, fine, sir.
Okay. So
Yeah,
even if I reach early, then I will start. But 6 to 7. Okay, 1 hour evening.
Okay.
Tomorrow evening. Is it fine?
Yeah, fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
But MIS is 2 to 3, sir, today.
Yeah, sir. MIS class is from 2 to 3 o'clock today.
Hello.
Sir, today's MIS class timings are from 2 to 3 o'clock in the evening.
Yes, yes. So today is 2 to 3, right? MIS. I'm
Yes,
talking
sir.
about QABD tomorrow, not today. Tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, 6 to 7.
Yeah, fine, sir.
Yes, sir. Fine, sir.
Okay. Because tomorrow, 6 to 7 QABD.
Bharat, mic mute పెట్టుకో.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. So without wasting much time, we'll go ahead with the problem, right? So meanwhile, if you are, if my network connection is not good, please remind to me. Okay.
Okay, okay, sir.
Are you able to watch my screen? My
Yes,
board?
sir. Yes, yes, sir.
So see, under maximization, and if you
Sir, again it is disconnecting, sir.
hello,
Yes, sir.
Sir, it's okay now.
it's okay.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So it will take only 5 to 10 minutes. That's it. Maximum. We'll finish very fastly. Okay. So see, if it is a graphical, they asked you for solve the following problem by using graphical method. Okay. So listen carefully. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Constant should be, if it is a maximization,
Less than or equal to
0.
less than or equals to, right? So listen carefully. When it is less than or equals to, in the graphical method, when you draw, that area should be towards the origin. This is one more basic funda, towards the origin.
Okay, sir.
హలో
సార్
hope you
సార్
understand.
నెట్వర్క్ పోతుంది వస్తుంది సార్. అసలు ఏం చెప్పారో కూడా తెలుస్తలే.
Okay.
డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది సార్ మొత్తం.
Okay, we'll do one thing. Okay, we'll stop here itself. Okay, so I will take tomorrow. Fine.
Yeah, sir. Fine.
So it is better. It is better. I will take graphical method tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Tomorrow evening
6 to 7.
Can we leave?
హలో
Yeah, వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చా?
1 2 3 4 5.
వర్రా వాడు 1 2 3 4 5 అనేటోడు. అరే యాటగా
రే రమణ స్క్రీన్ రికార్డ్ అవుతుందంట.
అమ్మో.
సార్ సౌమ్య సార్ వెళ్ళిపోయింది సౌమ్య మీటింగ్ నుంచి.
లెట్స్ ఎండ్ ద మీటింగ్ కదా, వెళ్ళిపోయింది కదా సార్.
అయిపోయింది కదా.
ఓకే బాయ్.
పోండి నడవండి.